Buckeye Nation. Ohio State is coming off of a national championship season. That still feels so good to say. But as we turn the page to 2025, there are plenty of question marks. Can the Buckeyes reload, or will these giant question marks keep them from going back to back? We've got a huge roster turnover, brand new coordinators, and oh yeah, we're starting this season against the team that has been ranked number 1 in the country in the preseason rankings, Texas. In this video, I'm going to be digging into the biggest Buckeye question marks: quarterback, the defensive line, those coaching changes, the offensive line, and of course, the brutal schedule. Let's get into it. Welcome to Buckeye Football Fangirl. My name is Lisa, and I'm the gal behind this channel. I've been a Buckeye fan my entire life, and I love the scarlet and gray with everything within me. I am so stoked college football is back, and I cannot wait to see the Bucs take the field this weekend. But I'd be lying to say I haven't been stressing a bit over some of the biggest question marks hovering over this season. I'm going to be talking through mine in this video, but I would love to hear about yours, so please go ahead, drop me a comment below with what you're thinking about as we head into this season. All right, let's start with the biggest storyline: quarterback. With Will Howard gone, the Buckeyes are handing the keys to Alabama transfer Julian Sayin, a former 5-star. The problem? He doesn't have true starting experience, and it's not like we get to ease him in against Ohio University or Grambling State. Nope. Week 1, under the lights in the horseshoe against Texas. That's trial by fire. Quarterback play has pretty much defined Ohio State seasons in the playoff era. If the Buckeyes get elite play, they are in the title hunt. If not, it gets dicey really quick. So how Sayin handles things, in my mind, is hands down the biggest variable of the season. Another question mark: the changes to the defense. Okay, let's be real. I'm really going to be missing those guys who graduated and headed off to the NFL. Ohio State lost so many gems like Jack Sawyer, JT, Tyleek, Cody Simon, Denzel Burke. I could go on and on. Basically, a whole core of guys that led the team to the national championship. They were the backbone of the defense this last year. Now we're relying on a bunch of fresh faces and some very young but talented guys. They've got the stars next to their names, but they haven't proven it as a unit on the field yet. And here's the thing: there are some veterans back for more, like Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Davison Ignosin. These are all proven dudes, but the big question is, can the new players in this defense gel quickly enough in real games against the elite offenses they're going to face? And speaking of changes, that brings us to the coaching staff, because there's been a lot of changes there with brand new offensive and defensive coordinators in 2025. On defense, it's Matt Patricia. Yes, the same Matt Patricia from the NFL. The scheme is very different from what Jim Knowles ran, and while NFL concepts can be great, college football is a whole different world. The question is, will it actually translate here? And then on the offensive side, we've got Brian Hartline finally taking over as the full-time play caller. Now, we all know Hartline is one of the best recruiters and wide receiver coaches in the country. He's been a huge reason, the reason, why wide receivers in Columbus have become an NFL factory. But calling plays is a different ballgame. We saw that Ryan Day still had his fingerprints all over the offense last year. Now, the big question is, what does a Hartline-led offense look like when he's the one making the decision on 3rd and 6? Or when the Buckeyes need a red zone punch? Which brings us right to the offensive line. There's several new starters, and this group has to gel so quickly because protecting a brand new quarterback and creating lanes for the running game, those things are absolutely critical. The good news, the Buckeyes still have weapons galore on offense. Jeremiah Smith is already a superstar. Carnell Tate and Brandon Innes are ready to shine. And the backfield has CJ Donaldson and James Peoples. If the O-line clicks, this offense is going to be scary. But if they struggle, those playmakers may never get the chance to rip defenses apart the way that we want them to. And then, of course, we have the schedule. I'm excited about this, but whoo! The Buckeyes open against number 1 ranked Texas, which is as tough as it gets. Then they've got road trips to Washington, Illinois, Wisconsin, and of course, the team up north. The game against the team up north could be its whole own video with how important it will be for the Buckeye players and fans this year. And then at home, Penn State, Minnesota, UCLA, they're all waiting. This is one tough schedule, and it's happening in a year when Ohio State is breaking in a new quarterback and new coordinators. The margin for error is razor thin. All right, so just to recap, Ohio State has some major question marks in 2025. Quarterback uncertainty, a rebuilt defense, new coordinators and schemes, an offensive line that has to prove itself, and a brutal schedule. The talent, it's there. It's always there. The question is, though, how quickly all these new pieces can hit their rhythm. So, Buckeye Nation, what do you think? What is your biggest concern heading into 2025? Is it the quarterback, the defense, or is it all about surviving that week 1 showdown against Texas? Go ahead, drop me your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what your question marks are. At the end of the day, the Buckeyes are still defending champs. They're still loaded with talent, and while the path isn't going to be easy, I wouldn't want it any other way. Hold on tight, Buckeye fans, because I have a feeling this is going to be a fun season. And with that, I'll see you all shortly in my Texas preview video.